Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reviews where today I'll be reviewing a track from an act named Terry Blade titled Won't Be Around. And if we switch over to here, this is off the Ethos Son of a Sharecropper album, and we're going to be listening through this track from start till finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do it. What do we got? Nice and loud with the steel string. Makes you wonder if then something's going to come on the other side of the stereo field.
Who you gonna run to?
Piano.
I won't be with you. Who you gonna lie to?
Nice full voice in that low end there.
I won't even hear you. Who you gonna rescue?
It's nice and full sounding. There's a lot going on here, but it still doesn't feel overwhelming.
I won't even need you.
Kind of the simplicity of each of the individual components, you know?
'Cause I won't be around. 'Cause I won't be around. Who you gonna plead to?
Nice use of head voice there.
I don't have to keep you. And who you gonna weep to? I've no more to give you. 'Cause I won't be around.
Really simple motif that's just repeated throughout, but I think the power of it comes not only from the intensity of the vocal performance, but it's also just how things are placed in a stereo field and how it feels like the music is surrounding you with the occasional oomph of like a bass instrument, like some kind of bass percussion there. I hesitate to say that that is a bass drum specifically, but something alongside those lines.
I won't be behind you. I won't be beside you. I'm gonna leave you. I won't even miss you. 'Cause I won't be around.
And just the I won't be around part of the end just to kind of signal that they really just aren't going to return. You know, you just cannot take them for granted, they're just gone. And this is my conclusion of my review of Won't Be Around by Terry Blade off of the Ethos Son of a Sharecropper album. What do I think this track is about? I think it is about Terry simply saying, look, I will not be there for you. I will not be behind you or beside you. You know, you won't be able to rely on me. You won't be able to sort of like take me for granted or for whatever reason, you know, it's just not going to continue like this. And it's fairly easy to understand and kind of follow along to. There could be some nuance there that I'm missing somehow in context to the rest of the album, but that's absolutely fine either way. That's the message I got from it. Terry's vocals sounded very genuine and authentic. They sounded like he really did care about what he was talking about there, almost as if he was in a specific position himself. And I think it was very believable because of that. The vocal control there and his head and chest voice, the note choices there going between those octave ranges there for effect there, the dynamic range on the performance there, the vocal control and the vibrato that we had occasionally as well was fantastic. And there's a solo vocalist in this track. I think that was appropriate. I don't think backing vocals or side vocals would have been a good pick here. So well done on that front. The track itself is 2.5 minutes. It's a fairly simple song to follow along to. You know, the vocals are easier to kind of like take in and digest, at least at face value. I think that the motif with the steel string guitars, the piano, with that kind of bluesy kind of motif there, it's great. You know, there's nice clarity and it's easy to follow along to the various textures in the composition there. Some bluesy kind of pentatonic tonalities there scale-wise. The harmonies are major triads, and there aren't a lot of extensions there. I think it's just very kind of, it's very kind of easy to there's not a lot of harmonic complexity there to kind of couple with the straightforwardness of the vocals and the theme behind it. I think it was just Terry just telling a story among the occasional bass parts, the boom that we get on the whole notes or every second bar, alongside the piano and guitar articulations with several different guitar tones. And I just think it's also kind of cool how we had the guitar come in by itself on the left with the piano on the right and then Terry in the center. It makes you as a listener wonder, oh, why are they positioned there? Why is it being done that way? So it's interesting from the get-go, despite, again, the minimalism of the performance or complexity of the performances and the individual parts of the mix. The arrangement is tight. There isn't a note out of place, and I'm happy with what I heard today from this track. At least from a performance and compositional perspective, I don't think they needed to change a thing. The recording, mixing and mastering, the studio production was great. I've got no real complaints about how it sounded from that perspective. He's clearly got himself in a position now, because I have reviewed some of Terry's earlier stuff. He's definitely in a position now where he's commercial grade with the way that he produces. The clarity of the vocal performance there is nice and bright and kind of like it's got a sort of a pristine nature to it. It sounds very kind of clear and raw, nicely compressed as well, with dynamic range included within that. The pianos, the guitars, how they're kind of panned, as well as the bass instrument kind of around the entirety of the stereo field. Everything is nicely notched and filtered and EQ'd there. There was clear decisions to play some piano parts in a lower versus a higher range for another, which allowed them to stack more nicely. In the frequency spectrum, there were no weird resonances, but it wasn't overproduced either. There wasn't a whole lot of effects added to the various instruments or anything like that. It was more of it was just kind of like you were hearing a live performance, and I appreciate that. It was nice and loud without pumping. Effectively, this is my review of Terry Blades Won't Be Around. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go check out Terry Blades, our various social medias and his Spotify page, and stay cool and stay safe. And please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next review. Spiderhands Out.